All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Joe, aka Cap.
This is Dom.
Scott Bash.
And I'm Francis.
What the hell was that?
Sorry, I
Sounds like he's half asleep.
And
sorry, I just got it. I just got home from work and I still have my pants on.
oh my god, he's in his shed. Wait a minute, Francis, do you record these while not wearing pants?
Do you guys not?
No.
I can neither confirm nor deny the allegations brought upon me.
See?
Okay, I'm surrounded by freaks, and this is The Push. Guys, happy WrestleMania week, everybody.
It's the most wrestling time of the year.
And we hopefully get rid of that fucking story.
Alright, there we go. That's right, folks. Happy WrestleMania week.
Anyway.
We are 2 nights away from WrestleMania, and this tonight promises to be a fun episode, especially for us, because we're going to be giving all our predictions and going to be just having a grand old time talking about wrestling. But first, Dom, I believe you had something you wanted to talk about with us, man.
I do indeed. On a more somber note, before we get to all the fun and festivities, we did bring it up, I believe, 2 weeks ago when it was announced that that WWE was releasing a Bray Wyatt documentary, all about the life and career of Wyndham Rotunda, more commonly known as Bray Wyatt. The Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal TV documentary aired on Peacock exclusively. I did watch it immediately on Monday when it first aired, and it was very interesting to watch. There was a lot of information that I didn't know about Bray, because it was a lot of stuff that never really got talked about, because they pulled a lot of footage from back in FCW when him and his brother Taylor, also known as Bo Dallas, when they were down in FCW as a tag team before they got signed to before they joined the WWE fully in NXT. All in all, to keep it brief, it was very heartwarming to watch. It was very much everyone in his life, from his brother, his mom, his sister, his father, who is also WWE legend, Mike Rotunda, IRS. Talking about his life, his wife JoJo, his first wife. His kids were in it. It was, it was very nice up until the end, where unfortunately they had to relive the moment where he passed. So that was rough. That, I'm not gonna lie, I cried, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I was practically hysterical.
Strong men also cry.
Damn, it's a loud ass car. But yeah, but one little thing that they did throw in right at the end, so a big part of it, so it was narrated by The Undertaker, but it followed a lot of it had to do with Bo. Bo was, or his brother Taylor, he was the one that was in a lot of it. He did a lot of the talking between, him, his mom, his dad, and this and that. But one of the other people that was featured in the documentary for for pretty much the entire time was the guy, Wyndham's close friend. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he is the one who made all of his props, all of his masks. So he made the Fiend mask in the ring
Tom
gear.
Savini.
Thank you. They right at the very end, after they talked about his passing and his funeral, we got to see photos and videos of his funeral for the first time. And they were like, oh, Bray had one last thing to share with you, even in death. And it was, they cut into the guy's shop, and he's like, yeah, this was the last thing that I made for him. He was getting ready to debut this. And it was a new version of the Fiend who looked infinitely more sinister than the original Fiend.
So, I'm gonna cut in real quick.
Remember, yeah.
So I have seen pictures. I believe the pictures are out on social media now. I have seen pictures of that last Fiend costume, and you know, as custom with Bray, it topped everything else. Like,
yeah,
the man just kept finding ways to top himself.
The mask was giving me, yeah, the mask was giving me major Predator vibes.
Ooh.
Like the way the jaw was extended and the teeth and the fangs and everything. So remember when he first debuted as the Fiend, he had a lantern of his own head?
Yes.
This Fiend carried the original Fiend's head as a lantern.
Symbol.
All the pinstripes on the pants had his kids' names all on it. That was, like, Bray was big on Easter eggs. That was his whole thing. But the one thing that I really took away from everything, other than the beautiful tribute to the man we lost way too soon, was they, again, in typical Bray Wyatt fashion, teasing a Bo Dallas return at the end of the documentary. So after the credits roll, it cuts into a dark room, and Bray's lantern is just sitting on the table, and it like flickers to life and illuminates a figure that was standing behind it, who very clearly is Uncle Howdy from Bray's most recent run before he passed. And this documentary also confirmed the suspicion and speculation that the Uncle Howdy character was played by Bo Dallas. Taylor Rotunda Bo Dallas did confirm that was in fact him, and he was preparing to get back in the ring full time with his brother before he passed away. So them showing that, to me, kind of makes me think, like, where are we going to get, like, an Uncle Howdy run with Bo Dallas? Like, carrying on the legacy of Bray Wyatt?
I remember there was mention of a potential, before he passed away, there was mention of a potential faction as well, a new faction.
Yeah, the Wyatt Six. Unfortunately, that never got brought up in that documentary. I was really hoping they did, but they didn't. The only thing they did mention was, like I said,
Bo was Uncle Howdy.
Bo Dallas was in fact Uncle Howdy. So, like, when they had the blackout match, and you know, he jumped off the thing onto LA Knight, that was in fact Bo. Anytime Bray was in the ring with Uncle Howdy, it was Bo Dallas. And they did confirm that there were talks with Triple H, and basically all, like, confirmed it and ready to go, that he was signing with the company to do something with Bray. So, and they were going to work together again for the first time since before they got signed to the WWE.
So I will mention
amazing.
I will mention one thing. I wanted to ask you guys this. Have you guys ever heard of the YouTube channel Dreadmare?
No.
Really? I'm surprised. Well, if you guys ever get the chance, you should look up a YouTube channel named Dreadmare. And essentially, it is a YouTube channel run by Bo. And I don't want to say he's copying his brother. It's very Bray Wyatt-esque, though. Except
inspired by his brother.
And very, very Bray Wyatt inspired, I would say.
Okay.
So, I have absolutely no problem with this. If they do decide to continue with the Uncle Howdy character, I believe they could. I believe they'd have to be very careful about this.
Yes.
They got to be very careful if they decide to do this, because this can easily go wrong. But
it can go wrong very fast, but I think the fans would be in for it.
I think if done properly,
Fans won't let
you could
Taylor
do this.
fail. The fans won't let him fail.
Exactly.
My question
And knowing,
is... Oh, sorry,
I'm sorry, Prince, but also want to mention something about this. But knowing Taylor, he's not gonna fail. Not only are the fans aren't gonna let him fail, but he's not gonna fail. And there was one thing that bothered me during the documentary, because I saw like the first half of it and then like a little bit more. But I kept getting bothered every time they had to change characters, and their excuse was, "Oh, the fans weren't buying it." Because as a fan, there was never a moment where I was dull.
Bray was.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you that's bullshit.
Over guy in the company.
Yeah, there wasn't a moment it was dull for me. I just kept getting annoyed every time they would stop. He would stop showing up, or nearing the end where he was just a person that everybody could defeat.
Yeah, because
like
that was
Dave
the whole thing.
ruined him.
That was the whole
more
thing.
than
His first
anything.
run, like the whole Eater of Worlds run, I think that unfortunately ran its course because now the whole Wyatt family was gone. It was just Bray.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's a cult leader without a cult. Like, who did he have? Because, Harper and Rowan went on to be the Bludgeon Brothers, and then Braun Strowman had his own solo singles.
Yeah, I saw that.
He went on to be Braun.
So that was like, okay, it made sense to move on from that. And then
that made sense.
The Fiend was really cool,
like the whole,
and this and that, and like that. Yeah. I think that got messed up because of just bad booking. Like the whole
Vince did not know how to
turning on him at Mania. No, that's why I was really excited for this most recent run, because then we would have had Bray Wyatt with Triple H letting him do whatever he wanted, basically. So it would have been so much better. And like his last run got cut short before he passed away because he got sick.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, after the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, and a couple of house shows, he had gotten COVID, and then that was it. And Taylor even goes on to say, like, they were ready to go with whatever storyline they had set up for the both of them. And then all of a sudden they had to pull him from WrestleMania because he had COVID and this and that, and something happened with his heart, and that's eventually what took him a couple months later. So there was that. So it could have been really interesting. So I'm very interested to see what they do with that.
I agree.
But I am gonna stop that there because I want to get on to the festivities of this.
That's
prediction.
right. We gotta
It's
liven
WrestleMania
things
weekend. We gotta be
up
happy.
here. We gotta liven things
Could I just
up here,
ask one more
folks.
thing?
So
Can I
here,
just add
Shoot,
one more
what's up,
thing with
Francis?
go
in
right
relation
ahead,
to the Bray
Francis.
thing?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
For Taylor or Bo coming back as Uncle Howdy, do you think they might have him show up at WrestleMania or the Raw after me?
Raw after.
I don't know. If he does show up for the Mania festivity weekend, it would be the Raw after Mania. I don't think there's really anything for him to do at WrestleMania
There isn't.
because there's so much more going on.
That's fair.
They would be better off on the Raw after Mania, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think
that tracks.
you're better off just waiting.
The only way I see them having him show up at Mania is if they have him intervene in the LA Knight AJ Styles match and have him feud with LA Knight.
Fantastic.
That's the only way I see him debuting at Mania. Other than that, Raw after Mania.
All right.
It would make.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. It would make LA Knight.
That's the only
it
thing
would
that
make
makes sense
LA
because that was the last feud that Bray had.
Yeah, it would make LA Knight look good because he didn't lose, and it would make
got
AJ
cheated, so
look
it
good
protects both of
because, and then AJ wins, which he probably deserves to win. But
Yeah.
that's,
So this
I
way,
don't know yet.
it protects.
I didn't
both
take my
people.
prediction yet.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So, I say let's move on.
Let the
To-
merrymaking
Yes.
commence.
Night one of WrestleMania weekend this Saturday, April 6th. First match of the night, we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee representing the LWO versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio boys are at it again.
So before we dive into this, can I
personal.
just ask one question? I need to ask one question.
Yes, you
actually,
may.
what the fuck is Dominic doing in this match?
Being
What the?
evil.
I thought we
Are you
were
ready?
done.
I
We
thought
were
gonna make
done
the answer.
here.
Don't
Nah,
get me.
later.
I don't. Shouldn't be.
What?
This whole
Why?
time. This whole storyline. It's been about Ray and Escobar. There was no need for a tag team match. I wanted to see Ray
No, there was
and Escobar
no.
only.
No,
That would've been better.
I'm gonna agree, and then I'm gonna disagree because if you wanted this to be a tag team match, just do LWO versus El Legado. Just have that.
Yeah,
That would
John
make
can
more
make it
sense than
44.
this.
Dragon
Not
Lee
even.
was
You
doing
don't
good in
even-
NXT.
Dominic has not even spoken or even looked at his dad all
That's
year.
Yeah, it was very out of nowhere, I feel like. But, like, I honestly think they did this just so Dom had a match.
Give him something to do this weekend.
Just give him something to do at Mania, because it's not like he wrestles a lot on a week to week.
So then, like, put him in a match with, like, I don't know, Ricochet or something like that. He's been kicking their asses for a couple of weeks now. It makes sense.
Yeah, but this way, I think this is going to, like, reignite the feud between him and his dad, and then...
But it,
Dom's gonna get his
there's the whole
get back.
So here's the whole thing. I think a lot of this is going to be they're going to feud again, and then he's going to turn back face, and the Judgment Day is going to implode. So he needs something for after that.
but this,
Oh, there's been a lot of rumors and speculation that the Judgment Day is doomed after Mania.
well, it makes sense for that to be
I
the
don't know
case
how true
because
that is.
they've been together for like 1 or 2 years now. But
A couple of years now.
like it's been like a
I also
couple of
heard-
years now, like 1 or 2, I believe. But here's the thing, like the feud with his dad was done. It was done. It was over.
I know.
We
There
finished
was no
this.
need to bring it back. but
Se acabó.
who knows
As-
if Ray wanted this match? Like Ray might have turned around and said, "Hey, I want to wrestle my son at WrestleMania again." And like when a guy like Rey Mysterio says, "Hey, I want this match," you don't say no.
When the number 12 man on Bleacher Report's top 50. We'll get into that a different episode,
listen,
I
Rey
feel. But
Mysterio is a fucking legend. You can't deny that.
no, I'm not. Oh, whoa,
Not
whoa!
12.
Absolutely not. I am not denying that he is a legend. I am not denying that.
Just not 12.
I'm not even. Listen. This isn't even
Anyway.
about the rank. This isn't even about the rankings. I just thought it'd be a
No.
fun thing to bring up. But we are
that
going to
is
talk
good.
about that in another episode, though, because I do want to talk about that list. But
Yeah, we can talk about that.
we're going to talk about
Yeah,
that in a
me
different
too.
episode. But my problem with this
By the
match
time
is
next week,
is
we'll have
that
all 50.
the problem with this match is number one, I don't know why Dominic is here. I sure as shit don't know why Dragon is
I don't know
here.
why Dragon Lee is here.
Why
We
not
need an
Carlito?
No, I agree with you, Cap. I think this should have been just a singles match between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio.
Or even just LWO
But, you know,
versus
it is what it
Legado
is.
if you desperately need it to be a tag team match.
Yeah,
But
it is what it
for,
is.
For me, I'm gonna change my answer from a couple of weeks ago. I thought that Jimmy and Jay was gonna be the match I was looking forward to the least, and it's gonna break my heart to say this. I'm changing
this
my
one.
answer. It's this now, because there's no point.
Yeah.
It just
I
feels
think
like
this is also gonna be.
mumble jumbled
I
nonsense.
think this is going to be a very fast match. I think it's going to be sub 7 minutes.
Watch it be on the pre-show.
No, it doesn't say pre-show.
Don't disrespect Ray like that.
I'm
Yeah,
just
Ray
saying.
would never do a fucking pre-show match.
I don't think they're going to do pre-show match. I think there's just going to be a lot of talking because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It's going to be all promos and discussions.
yeah.
And legends coming in to talk about it. And
Yeah, Punk will probably talk, and
But
Big E will probably talk, and this and that, because he's been on a lot of the pre-shows lately.
But anyway, I've said my piece about this match.
All right, so who do you think, Cap? Who do you got?
I mean, I feel like at this point it has to be Dominic and Santos, no? What, you're gonna have this match come out of nowhere and then you're gonna make him get his ass kicked by his daddy again?
Don't phrase it like that, please. You fucking.
Now, in all fairness, So I agree with you, Cap. I'm giving it to Dominic and Santos just because Dom needs the win.
He does.
And if they want to continue this feud with Ray and Santos and, Legado del Fantasma versus the LWO, they got to keep it, like, not 50-50, but it's got to have some kind of back and forth.
And I'm gonna say one more thing. I love Ray. I don't even dislike Dragon. I actually like Dragon.
Dragon Lee is amazing. I've watched a lot of his stuff in New Japan.
I saw him. I've seen a little bit of Dragon. So this isn't even like I don't like Dragon, but it just, this match feels like wrestling mashed potatoes at this point. Like,
they just took a bunch of stuff and threw it at the wall.
They just took a bunch of shit and they put it in a.
Moving on.
Put it together. Wait, whoa.
Scott.
Yeah.
So
no, I want to get Scott's prediction.
Yeah, Scott. Go
what
ahead.
are you feeling?
So Dragon Lee shouldn't be there. I agree. He should be in stayed at NXT because he was doing good in NXT. Rey Mysterio doesn't need this win. Honestly, he's at this point where he should be just handing off the torch, letting certain people win, and that definitely should be Dom Mysterio. But more importantly, I like Santos Escobar. If he works on his promo skills, he can be very great in like a intercontinental type, or maybe even US. I'll put him down on the works US, but he can go for titles if he just works on it a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna say Dominic and Santos.
Okay.
Francis?
What about you, Francis?
I mean, honestly, like, again, to reflect Cap's earlier sentiment of how horrible it is to say this about one of my childhood heroes, this feels like such a nothing match. So, like, I could go either way, but due to my preferences, I'll give the win to Ray and Dragon.
Interesting.
All right. We have an underdog.
We do have an underdog.
All right. So the next match on the card is a 6-woman tag team match. We have Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Naomi, and the WrestleMania in-ring debut of Jade Cargill.
Giggity.
Act right.
I just said
Yeah, you can start it up. Let's see.
All right, so Francis, you start us up.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay, like, let's be reasonable, fellas. They've been building up Jade amazingly, so she's probably going to get the win. But, like, at the same time, I'm going to stick to my simp guns, and I'm going to give it to my all-girl Asian street gang.
I can't. I know. I exactly know what kind of person Francis is going to be.
I know.
Oh, my God,
he's going to pick the obvious wrong ones, and some will be right.
I'm a simp.
He's going to somehow get every match right.
Is it better or worse that he admits it?
I think it's better that he admits it. He's not
I guess so.
All right, so I'll go next.
Yeah.
I'll go next and just
right.
tell Francis to shut the fuck up because that was stupid prediction. But it's obviously gonna be Bianca Belair and the group. There's no way they're gonna have.
You don't even
Jade
know
Cargill.
their fucking names.
I just said Jade Cargill and Naomi. But there's one person in particular that is the reason they're going to win, and that's Jade Cargill. Because there's no reason why she's going to lose. There's no reason why she should be in a triple threat, 6-man tag. But they're going to win, obviously.
Yeah, obviously Jade's going to win.
So my whole thing with that, like we said. This is Jade's in-ring debut. Not only her in-ring debut outside of the Royal Rumble and like a couple of spots on Raw or SmackDown last week, but this is her first legit match in the WWE, and it's her WrestleMania debut. If WWE is smart, and they've proven time and time again that they are and they aren't at the same time, but that's besides the point.
They're getting smarter recently.
If WWE's booking is smart and Triple H does it the right way, Jade is going to get the Goldberg treatment. she's going to be untouchable. Like, at least if I were booking it, that's how it would be. The same thing they did for her in AEW, where she was just could not lose. They need to, excuse me, they need to do that here in WWE. So my prediction is not only are the trio of Bianca, Naomi, and Jade winning, but Jade getting the pin.
That makes complete sense to me, and so here's my thoughts on this, people. This match is going to be. Listen. This match solely exists for Jade. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand that there's been an underlying story between Damage Control and Bianca and Naomi for a while. But let's be perfectly honest here. This match exists for Jade. And here's my thing. If it were anybody else that was making their official in-ring debut at WrestleMania, I'm gonna be honest. I tend to not like those that much because I feel like there are a lot of people that just don't live up to it afterwards. Think about like Fandango a couple years back.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God, Ronda Rousey.
So, and Ronda to some extent. But we are talking about a woman who debuted at the Royal Rumble, and there were probably a lot of people at the Royal Rumble that did not know who this woman was. They don't watch AEW, they only watch WWE and stuff like that, so there were a lot of people that probably didn't even know who she was. And she immediately made an impact. So,
without a doubt,
I think that if you are going to have anybody debut at WrestleMania, it absolutely should be Jade. And so I'm going to agree with Dom. Not only does the team of Bianca, Naomi, and Jade get the win, Jade gets the pin. So that is my prediction, because if WWE wisens up the way that they have a star on their hands.
Oh, without a doubt.
They have a star on their hands with this woman.
I think in the words of Future, because it hasn't happened yet, WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Paul Heyman, that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
It is, God, you're damn right it's a spoiler.
And I want to add something on here. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to add this stamp on here. But this is going to be Scott Bash's stamp of worst match of the pay-per-view.
By default.
What, the Bianca Naomi Jade match?
I just feel like there's such great talent that the story's going to suck inside the ring and nobody's going to be excited about it. And it's going to suck for Jade Cargill. That's my feeling on it. I don't think this is a good look for our first match.
I get what you're saying. So what you're saying is you don't feel like the chemistry is going to be there in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. They're probably cool with each other, but they're probably. I don't see it being good.
We'll see what happens.
But I think that I'm standing by what I said. This match exists for Jade, and this is
Jade
going
to show off.
This is going to be we're going to witness something very special here with this woman. We have something very special here. They have something very special.
Okay. Moving on to the next match. So last time we spoke about this match, we didn't know who all the teams were yet. So now we have our six-pack ladder match. We have all our teams. We have, obviously, the champions, the tag team champions, the Judgment Day, consisting of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. We have Awesome Truth. For those of you who don't know, Miz and R-Truth. We have the team of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. DIY. The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Oh my god! Something just shot in my head. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm hyped that this happens. Something just shot in my head. And
what? All right, well, you go first then.
All right, go ahead, Scott Bash.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my prediction. Then I'm gonna tell you what I think could happen. So,
okay.
I think the titles are gonna split.
Oh, you bastard! I was gonna say that too.
And R-Truth is gonna grab one of them and leave.
Okay.
But my original thought
Which
on
one?
what the other.
Which one?
He's going to grab the Raw one. Whichever New Day's not on, he's going to grab that one.
Okay. Oh, so then you think the New Day is going to take the SmackDown?
My original thought was going to be, originally, if it's just one team having the title, I think it's going to be Awesome Truth. So that's my prediction. If it is one person, because we don't know what's going to happen to the titles, it could go to one team and they can combine it both to have one tag title. So my major prediction is going to be Awesome Truth's going to win it. But if Truth does grab one title and leave, we got a couple of months ago that someone was very close, or either so, he was like a couple of weeks away from being able to go in the ring. I feel New Day's going to win because Big E might return at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I was usually going to go with Waller. I was usually going to go with Waller and Theory as the other two. But when you said New Day, Big E came to my head, and I was like, oh my god, that actually might happen.
That would be interesting.
That would be a very interesting take. So I'm gonna go next because I also had the idea that they might be where they split the titles. I do also think that Miz and R-Truth are gonna walk away with a title because of R-Truth being R-Truth.
An idiot.
Although I don't see him taking the Raw Tag Team Championship, I'm saying he's taking the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and then the Judgment Day, specifically Finn Balor, is going to walk away with the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Ooh.
So I think the Judgment Day retained one, loses the other, and then Awesome Truth walks away with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Okay, that's interesting. Francis.
I'm not sure. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to see those belts split up as much as the next guy, but I don't know if they're going to do it in convoluted Looney Tunes fashion at Mania. I want DIY to win. My pick is DIY. They've been getting a bit of a push lately. They've been really taking it to the Judgment Day. And Johnny Gargano is my spirit animal, so yeah. I have nothing more to add on that. I want DIY to win. The only other thing of interest I can think to bring up is I heard someone say, and again, take this with the thinnest grain of salt possible, but someone say, oh, Grayson Waller and the other guy end up getting, like, eliminated tomorrow night on SmackDown due to shenanigans, and we get a mystery team, and that's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns. And I'm like, they're pretty sure they're still under contract with TNA guy. But
I don't think they are.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I don't think they are. So
the Hardys are still under contract with AEW. They're not coming back.
Also,
I still stand by if an old team comes out of retirement to do this match, it's going to be the Dudley Boys.
It would make the most sense. They're in Philly.
EC Dub, yeah.
So...
And I did hear something about Devon accepting to do one last match.
That's what I'm saying, because I know he really can't do much.
Yeah. He doesn't have to. They don't have to.
No, they just have to show up.
So, here's my pick.
Shoot.
I believe it is time to split up the tag team titles. I think, because I'm going to be honest, I hate it when they always unify the belts, because it feels like it gives people less things to do, to be honest with you. It
Not even that. It's also been unify the belts and make another one. So what was the point of unifying?
Yeah, so I think it is time to split up the belts.
They would have combined them already when Roman got his combined.
For the Raw tag team titles, I'm gonna agree and say Awesome Truth. Just because I think it'll be funny as hell to see R-Truth just grab the Raw tag team titles and then run. Francis
is still going to be in there.
Actually, Francis calls him an idiot, but I think that R-Truth, hands down, is probably one of the best comedy acts of our generation, if not the best comedy act of our generation.
He's the Jar Jar Binks conspiracy.
When I saw that judgment, when I saw that, no, don't you ever mention
R-Truth like that.
Don't you ever say that on my show ever again, Scott. I swear to God, I will reach through the computer and slap the shit out of you.
You would think Jar Jar Binks is funny, you fucking geed.
I just hope R-Truth really grabs one title, because I really want to see the Miz's face when he watches him run off the ring.
I mean,
he's just on his knees, looking out with his arms out. I can picture it in my head what Miz is going to do. Just his arms out, and he's like, "Where are you going?"
So,
all right, Cap, what do you think for the SmackDown titles?
SmackDown titles, I'm gonna go. So here's the thing. A lot of them are. I feel like the SmackDown title should go to a SmackDown team, and I'm gonna be honest. I like these guys a lot. Give it to Bate and Dunn.
Ew.
What do you mean, ew? I like these dudes.
Give it to those Brits?
Give it to them. Why not?
It could be interesting. I could see them doing something. Or just be
they're a great team.
They could be a solid team, but I could also see them using them as a transitional team.
I mean, yeah, they'd most likely be a transitional team. And I think I'm going to change right here. While I do like them, I think it would make more sense at this point. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm a man of my word. Give it to Dunn and Bate, get the SmackDown titles, and give Awesome Truth the Raw Tag Team titles.
All right. We're locked in. That's it. No changing. So, let's move on to the next match. This one I think is a little predictable. This one, as I like to call it, is the Uso Civil War.
To yeet or not to yeet?
Yes, to yeet or not to yeet.
Jimmy
and Jay. Jimmy versus Jay Uso. Brother versus brother.
All right.
Twin versus twin.
All right, fellas. So, so who wins and why is it Jay Uso?
Jay Uso wins.
It's Jay Uso. He's just the way they're making him look. He just looks better than what Jimmy's done with his matches.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Jimmy Uso looks like a fucking cartoon villain most of the time now. He walks around like a cartoon villain. Like, I swear, did you see the Royal Rumble stare down between him and Jimmy? Between Jay and Jimmy?
Yeah.
What the hell was that face Jimmy was making? I swear to God, I thought he was like 10 seconds away from turning into a cartoon character. My God. He looks
now
like
that we got that locked in.
He looks like the stereotypical evil twin brother.
I think that's the point.
My God, all he's missing is an eye patch.
And a mustache.
Wasn't Jimmy the one? Wasn't also Jimmy the one with the DUIs?
He has a mustache, Dom.
Both of them.
He has a mustache.
Wasn't there one that had more?
I don't think it was a contest.
But anyway, moving on to the next match. We have the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
God, this is the hardest one, I think. For me, it is the hardest one to guess.
God. It's so hard to say goodbye.
I'm sticking with my guns here. I'm really thinking Gunther is going to hold it out.
Really?
Only because Sammy came very out of nowhere. Like, they were building up Chad Gable, building him up. And then, like I said, we all know this WrestleMania match was originally supposed to be Brock and Gunther. And this was supposed to be making Gunther look good by having him beat Brock Lesnar. So, in my opinion, Gunther wins because that's what he was meant to do from the beginning. Have him beat Sammy and then maybe lose to Chad Gable down the road.
Interesting.
So that's my prediction. I'm saying Gunther.
Interesting. Scott, how you feeling over there, buddy?
I have to go last. I still don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Francis, you go. You go then.
Fuck, this is hard. Like, on one hand, I can see them giving it to Sammy for the WrestleMania feel-good moments. On the other hand, yeah, I can see them, like, having Gunther write it out some more until Brock comes back, or maybe drop it to Gable.
No, I don't think he was ever going to drop it to Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
I think
no, God,
the whole point of having him fight Brock was to make him look good. Be like, look, yes, I took out all these little mid-card guys that were like half my size, but look, I can fuck him up too.
I fucked up Brock Lesnar. He's a shark who learned how to walk like a man.
And I chopped the soul out of his body.
Yeah. I Jaws the Revenge that bitch. Yeah, that's right. I did the fucking worst movie in that franchise to him. Because he doesn't deserve the first one.
Was it worse than Jaws 3D?
All right, what's your prediction?
We're not getting into that.
Prediction, Francis. Get to the point.
I'll go Sammy. Just because I can see them doing the feel good. If I'm wrong,
Fair.
I'm wrong.
Underdog story.
Interesting. Well, so here's my thing. I had an inkling in my mind that Sammy was gonna win the IC belt at WrestleMania, and then I saw the training montage this past Monday night between him and Chad Gable, and now I know it is going to be Sammy. Let's call this what it is. This is Rocky. This is Rocky 3.
Yeah, they're in Philly. It makes sense.
They're in Philly.
Give them the Rocky moment.
You have this underdog.
Or is this Rocky 2?
No, this is Rocky 3.
4 because he's fighting.
This is Rocky 4. My bad. Rocky 4.
No, but like, are they doing like the Rocky 1 where it's like he's fighting Apollo and loses?
No, this is Rocky 4 where he's going up against the terrifying European and winning.
But what if he loses here, right? And gets everyone all hyped up for the rematch at Backlash?
No, I'm sorry. He needs to beat him at WrestleMania.
Dom, I just
this is
say
Rocky
I'm
4.
all for it, but only if Sammy's entrance theme is "Hearts on Fire."
Yeah, no. Put the Sonic music away for a minute. Come out to some Hearts on Fire.
Hearts on Fire.
So yeah, here's the thing. Sami Zayn, absolutely. Give me Sammy.
You got it. Locked in. Scott?
So I'm literally at this moment as I talk through it. I'm still thinking of who I want to pick because it's the hardest one for me because the story's going I can't get a read off of the story of how it's going to go for me because at one point I don't see Gunther losing it to someone like Sami Zayn because I feel like he shouldn't. The way they were building him, his first loss should not be against Sami Zayn. But on the other hand, it's getting I can feel it getting stale with Gunther as the champion. Like he can't push any higher past the ceiling. Like he's already reached what he needed to do with that title as a mid-carder.
Yeah, I mean, like, the guy is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever. He beat everybody in the mid-card.
And he didn't just break the record, he shattered the record.
So,
yeah,
so I'm going to have to stick with what I said last week, or a week or two ago, and I feel like everybody is still going to lose the title. So I'm going to go Sammy, based on it's getting stale and he needs to go up, like, as soon as possible. He needs to go up a level.
Okay. That's fair.
Especially if we're going to lose Roman. Maybe. There's room that Roman said if he loses, he's going to stay home for like leukemia treatment or something. I think it was something
I don't remember that part. But
okay. He said he's been taking medicines ever since he came back. So
the first
so
time?
they're going to have to fill that spot
since
up.
he came back the first time.
He did say he'd be gone if he loses on Sunday. So
yeah, they said they're going to have to fill that spot up, and Gunther's the perfect spot.
All right. So the next match the co-main event, if you will. The Women's World Championship match. The champion Rhea Ripley versus the challenger Becky Lynch.
Nah, that's bullshit. It should be the main event.
We'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Scott, why? If you feel that way, so go ahead. Tell us who wins. You go first, buddy.
All right. Should ya? All right. So, as what the storyline was going for so far, I feel like as you guys are talking about a Rocky moment, I feel like that's what Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey is a Rocky moment.
Okay.
Because
Rhea Ripley?
Becky's storyline was going for so down. She was so down on herself, constantly losing, wasn't living up back to the name that she had when she never lost the title to begin with. So I'm going to go for Becky Lynch, just based on she's been leading so far on the bottom, and the motivational speech with her child trying to motivate her to be the best again. That would be the perfect part.
Yeah.
To have Becky
And
in the end.
you meant Rhea, not Ronda, right? Got Ronda Rousey on the brain?
You said Ronda Rousey.
I didn't say Ronda.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you
I
did.
did. Yeah, Rhea. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Rhea. Sorry. You mentioned Ronda, and that name got my head because I hate her as a wrestler.
All right. Well,
Francis?
Dom, don't tell your wife this. I'm gonna give it to Rhea Ripley.
Open
She's
store.
going to fight you.
I know, and I'm gonna fucking die. Jesus Christ.
Dom, we'll allow you to tell her now.
I am going to have to give it to, like Scott said, the Rocky moment. You know, Becky's been down on herself, doubting herself, building herself back up ever since, she came back to the WWE after giving birth to her child. And I mean, what better place to have the person who is nicknamed Becky Balboa to win the championship once again, but in Philadelphia. So I'm going to have to
you're a
give it to Becky
fucking
Lynch.
idiot.
Am I wrong, though? Tell me I'm fucking wrong, Scott.
I can't.
Are you going to sit here and tell me I'm wrong? She
Now I
wore a
know
crown
how
and
you
came
felt.
down in a bubble, Doug.
Dom, out of curiosity.
now I
Dom,
know how
out of
you felt.
curiosity.
I think I know how. Yeah, I think I know how you felt when at the end of Harry Potter when you heard Albus Severus. I feel like the same type of anger in my body is right now when I heard Becky Balboa.
I'm gonna level with you.
Like,
I mean, come on, guys. Let's give Dom a little bit of a break here. His wife is probably behind him, listening to this entire thing. If he doesn't say Becky, she's gonna beat his ass too. She won't beat his ass too. Let's be real. She's definitely standing right behind him during this entire recording. Like, yeah, that's right.
He's like, Chrissy's probably standing behind him right now.
Oh my God, she actually was.
Hi, Chrissy.
Oh my God, yeah, I
special
know.
guest now.
I see. I know all. Ask her if she heard
he's not
Francis's
talking shit.
prediction.
No, no, she didn't hear Francis's prediction.
All right, cool,
but you have to be this.
Francis, you
pick
live
him.
another day.
What the fuck, Dom? You wasn't supposed to know that.
Oh, now she knows.
Oh shit, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Now whenever I walk down a dark alley, I'm afraid Chrissy's gonna come out of the shadows and hit me with a fucking Mortal Kombat fatality.
No, it'll just be a chair.
Yeah, well now you know.
Or a chair.
Listen, now you know how I felt when I was talking shit about Finn last year.
Yeah, don't do that.
Woman was talking
Don't
to
talk
me
shit
like she
about
was gonna
Finn
show up at my house in the middle of the night with a chainsaw. Like,
Chrissy and Irish people.
Well, she is Irish.
oh
I know,
shit.
but like,
All right, well, so
Back on the train here.
so
Cap, what's your prediction?
all right, yeah, here's the thing. So I actually do like Becky. I like her a lot.
Oh, you're gonna die with me.
Listen, here's the truth of it. I
Die
think
with me.
Judgment Day should lose all of their gold. Except Rhea. Think of it like this. Think of it like this. Think about it like this for a second. For a while now, we've been seeing a power struggle, specifically between Damian and Rhea. What better way to further the division, possibly cause the crack in the Judgment Day, than if Damian were to lose his gold, Finn to lose his gold, all of them to lose their gold, except Rhea. She's going to be like, well, I'm the only one that's carrying their weight on this team, so what the fuck are we doing here? So, and for that, I'm going to say Rhea. I'm going to say Rhea wins this match.
Okay.
Right now, she's the bigger star.
Holy shit.
And you could actually have a very good story about this.
That is the first match we have that is like a straight 50-50 split.
Yeah. The others were 3-1, and there was
3-1, and then the 6-pack ladder matches all over the place. But
yeah, we're all over the place with those. So I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you that. You know, Chrissy's probably gonna murder me now, but you know what? you know what? That
But you know what?
I will do for the sake of the story. I say yes. Do it this way.
That's fair. That's a really good point. But yeah, moving on to the main event of night one, the match that will dictate the stipulation for night two's main event, the tag team match between The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
So hear me out. The Bloodline wins this match. Because there's no way they're going to have The Rock and Roman basically lose 2 nights in a row. Not only that, if, like The Rock says, if they win, it's Bloodline rules, which basically means it's a no disqualification, no holds barred.
We saw it on Monday,
match.
Essentially what it is.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, anyone and everyone can interfere. You can use weapons. It's a no DQs match. That's all. It's plain and simple. There's no rules. It's just pinfall or submission. That's it. They're gonna win so that people can interfere in the main event the next night.
Which probably won't happen until the end of the match.
It won't happen until everything gets all screwy, because then, The Rock will probably come out to the ring with Roman, but then Jimmy and Solo will show up, but we could talk about that later.
Yeah.
So my prediction is The Rock and Roman Reigns win that tag team match and invoke tribal rules on Sunday's main event.
So I guess I'll go next then, and I'm going to absolutely agree. I'm going to agree with Dom. I think that in order to reach the climax that this story deserves, they need to win on the first night. Because when what happens on when Cody... Spoiler alert for later. Cody wins on Sunday. Yeah, we finally get to finish this damn story. There we go.
The only downside of Cody losing is that we can't make that joke anymore.
That button's gonna go away.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say about it. But yeah.
Well, not unless somebody. Sorry, guys, but unless somebody comes in and says, Cody, you know what? This story isn't over after he wins the title.
Yeah, then it'll.
That's true. Maybe Damian remembers he has a briefcase.
So bullshit.
Maybe Damian just looks down on the couch in their clubhouse, sees the briefcase, and is like, "Oh shit!"
He has the briefcase.
Wait a minute, you mean this wasn't just a cool lunchbox? It has a what in it?
It has a what in it?
What the fuck have I been doing the last year?
Anyway,
I'll go for my prediction.
Yeah.
No, I think his name is Peter Rosenthal. I forgot his name.
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg. he was saying, I don't know if this prediction is probably not going to come true. I think it's far-fetched, but it was interesting. He said that Seth announces that he's hurt and that the only way he'll have a chance to wrestle at Drew is if he doesn't wrestle tonight. And he said that, I think it was him, I think I got the name right, the person who said this, but he says Seth Rollins get replaced by Stone Cold, so you match Roman with Cody and Legend with The Rock and Stone Cold. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to fight. They're going to want to pay back. And unfortunately, yeah, I'm going for Roman and The Rock, as much as that pains me.
Francis?
Oh, yeah, no, everything Dom said. Rock and Roman fucking cheat night 1. They get the win. Night 2, Cody overcomes the odds. The only thing I'm going to add is Drew does a run into Mad Dog Seth and build up to their match.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Put that in your notes.
See that?
Yeah, and I hate to tread ground that's already been treaded on, but yeah.
No, yeah, that's cool. All right, so our night 1 predictions are complete. Moving on to night 2. First match of the night. Starting off in similar fashion with the tag team, except this time it's a 6-man tag. We have Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits taking on Karrion Kross and the returning Authors of Pain.
AOP!
Beckham and Razor, also known as now the Final Testament.
Also known as We Have a Judgment Day at Home.
But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Lashley and the Profits win. Only because they really haven't won anything in a while. Like, I feel like I don't know if they're, like, on the route to, like, breaking them up, or they're just trying to do something to give them something. I don't know. Basically, the way I look at this match, there's really not an overwhelmingly apparent winner in my mind. So it really could go 50-50, so I'm basically just flipping a coin. I'm saying Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Very true. Very true. Scott?
Yeah, this one's you can go either way. Either one deserves to win this match, but I'm gonna go because I really like this team. I really like them. Final Testament is winning this because Azar and the other dude is just gonna be too much. Them personally.
Akam and Razor.
Akam and Razor are just gonna be way too much.
Get it like Occam's razor ball.
Okay. Well, Francis, you go ahead then.
I'll give it to Final Testament, maybe out of bias, because I like all those guys. I'm glad to see AOP's actually doing something again. And I love Karrion Kross.
All right. Interesting.
That's it.
Interesting. All right. Well, hey, did I ever tell you guys about how I found out that this match was happening at WrestleMania?
How did you find out this match was happening at WrestleMania?
Oh, well, it's very interesting. It was about 30 seconds ago when Dom told me that it was going to be on the card. It was about 30 seconds ago when Dom...
I was thinking like in the beginning of the day or something that you just randomly scrolled upon it. Literally, as soon as Dom announced it, you're like, oh, this is a match.
It was about 30 seconds ago when Dom told me that this was going to be on the card.
Oh my god. I think the first I heard about it was yesterday because one of my regulars at work was telling me about it because he's actually going to WrestleMania. And like he was asking me like about the podcast and he's like, oh, you know, like what do you think and this and that. So, and I was like, damn, that's a match.
Well, I'm glad that you all seemed to figure this out before we got on the air because I am just finding out now that it was on.
Surprise!
Surprise
I know
to me.
When it first started, it was going to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Who wins between this? You know what? I've liked him ever since I was a kid, so give it to Bobby and the Prophets, but I'm expecting after WrestleMania, I'm expecting the Final Testament to start actually doing some things, some bigger things. I'm expecting a lot out of them after WrestleMania. I do like Karrion Kross, man. I want this man to be successful so badly, but yeah, give it to Bobby Lashley, man. Give it to Lashley and the Prophets.
All right. So moving on to the next match, we have a very heavily heated feud coming up. We have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Now, like we stated earlier, there's a very slim chance that there might be some shenanigans with the LA Knight Bo Dallas thing.
Yeah.
But barring that, going with what's on paper, I'm giving it to LA Knight. Just simply because of the fact that I think they want to push him, and AJ's at the point in his career, I don't think he really cares about wins and losses. I think he just wants to elevate the guys who are going to be there when he's gone, because as we know, he does plan on retiring once his current contract is up. Granted, I don't think anyone knows when that is, but when the day comes, it's, probably not going to be far in the future, if I had to guess.
And to be honest, the man's done everything already.
Exactly. What's left for him to do? He doesn't need a win. He's AJ Styles.
Yeah,
the match is going to be fucking amazing either way. But I think they put LA Knight over because he's going to be in the company for a little while longer than AJ is.
That tracks.
Yep. Francis, go ahead.
Short and swimble. Give it to LA. Yeah. All the reasons Dom said too.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Scott Bash.
Oh wait, I will put this one. Hold on. Before we get to Scott, I will add this much though. I hope LA Knight gets the bargain he was asking for, and Usher comes out to sing "Yeah" for his entrance theme.
That would be awesome.
That would be so funny.
That would be fucking magic.
That'd be beautiful. I'd love that. Scott Bash.
I just kind of, in spite Francis, I kind of want you to go next, Cap.
Okay then. Yeah, listen. So, I don't think there's any secret here that I do love LA Knight. I was really pulling for him when he faced Roman at Crown Jewel. It's funny. I looked at that and I'm thinking, like, you have the potential of this being like a more modern Rock and Stone Cold situation here. The potential for that to be, and I do hold hope that maybe they will follow through with that on some day. So yeah, I'm gonna say give it to LA Knight. Yeah.
Scott.
So Dom definitely heavily influenced my answer when he said when he first started his projection, but in the opposite way, because I feel like even though AJ Styles is leaving soon, WWE is going to do something that they hardly ever do, and that is reward the guy that is about to leave the company. And AJ Styles wins.
All right.
Interesting.
That's very fair. That's a really good point.
How much of that is to honor AJ, and how much of that is to just say fuck you to Francis?
The whole thing is to say fuck you to me because Scott can't get an erection unless he's causing the rain on my
then there's not.
No, you guys both pick Final Testament.
Oh God.
I like the Final Testament.
Moving on to the next match, we have. I think, other than like the main event, I think this is one of my more looked forward to matches for me personally, just because I think it's going to be interesting how they pull it off. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. We have the champion Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus the most three the three most devastating letters in professional wrestling. RKO. Randy. How are we feeling today on this one?
So do we want me
Scott,
to go
you wanna kick
first?
this off? Scott kicked this one off. He
All
hasn't
right,
started.
Scott Bash, you go.
All right. So, oh my God, I'm gonna love this match. This match, I feel like this is gonna probably be the best match out of the entire pay-per-view. Just simply on the fact that you have experience with Randy Orton and KO. You have the ferocity and the anger of KO, but I'll give the thing to Randy, like I said earlier. And you have the youth and the explosiveness of Logan Paul. Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
of Logan Paul. But I think this is where Logan Paul's first title reign ends. And I see it going to KO, simply on the fact that he did say that he never wants to win the Intercontinental again. So if you want to put a title on him, this is going to be the title, if it's not the major title. And I feel like Randy is too big for the U.S. title, even though Cena did it. But that was more of a, this was my first
Cena
title.
elevated the United States Championship.
Yeah, Randy doesn't need it. So I think it's going to be...
But does the title need him?
No, it doesn't. Logan Paul, ever since he's decided to be full-time, he helped the title a little bit.
Okay.
The U.S. wasn't the issue. It was. I don't think the U.S. was ever the issue. We knew it's kind of like a low-level mid-card title.
Fair enough. Francis?
It can go one of two ways. Honestly, I can either see KO pick up the U.S. title again. That's a very real possibility. Or, Cat's worst nightmare could happen and Logan Paul retains. And Cap's head explodes just like that guy from Scanners.
Nah, I want Cap's head to go to a level beyond and have Logan Paul instantly jump up to have what title I'm thinking of.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, main event title, yeah.
What's all of this salt towards me all of a sudden?
Because it's fun to watch you squirm.
You know I'm the reason the two of you have a slot on this show, right?
Ouch.
Damn.
Okay, you know what?
Francis, make your fucking pick.
Make your pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, just for that, Logan Paul. My pick is
All
Logan
right.
Paul. Fuck you.
Dom, go ahead.
I don't think Logan pulls this one out, to be completely honest with you. I think normally he would, kind of Eddie Guerrero his way through a match like he's been doing lately, where he either cheats to win or cheats and blames the other guy to win. But I don't think he'll be able to overcome the odds of not only a triple threat, but a triple threat with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Because I don't see Randy and KO fighting each other too much, at least not at first. I think a lot of it they're going to be targeting Logan Paul and then they'll fight each other. But I think for similar reasons, I can't imagine Randy Orton being a United States champion. It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right.
He was at one point.
So,
it didn't work, but
that
he
was back in the day, and it was weird. It was
he lost that to Jinder Mahal too.
Exactly.
Never speak of that again.
I like Jinder Mahal as a champion, though.
You're fired. I'm gonna have to give it to KO.
Okay.
I think KO pulls it out. Just because, I think he's going to go absolutely ballistic on fucking Logan Paul when that match starts.
Okay. Logan. I hate.
Oh, you picked Logan?
this.
Okay.
Shut up for a second. Shut up. Let me talk. Let me talk.
Who are you and what have you done with Cat?
Would you people let me talk for a
You're a
minute?
goddamn...
Will you shut up and let me talk? I hate this man so much. I hate him with every fiber of me. I hate his face. I hate his voice. Every time I see him in the ring, I get a little bit of a pain in the back of my eye.
Oh God, is this going how I think
And
it's
for
going to go?
all of
I'm gonna
these
be so
reasons,
shocked
and
if
for
it
all of
does.
these reasons and more, I think that this man should absolutely and unequivocally win.
Damn.
I knew it.
I think he should win. Here's
It
my
is a
thing.
sign
Here's
of
my
the
thing.
end times.
Here's my thing.
What the
Caps
fuck?
lost it. Caps lost it.
Who altered the timeline?
This is what happens when we live in. This is what happens when we live in a world where Scott's right about AEW. This is what happens. This is what happens when Scott's right about things. All right, let me explain though. Let me explain where I'm coming from here.
Yes.
No, he's a great
On the
heel.
serious note of your pitch.
I think, and I think he
Yeah.
is absolutely going to get his ass whooped at WrestleMania. He is going to get his ass beat. But here's another thing. Here's one thing I will say about Logan. He is born to be a heel. He's born to be a heel. He is born for this shit. He is one of the most easily hateable people on the planet. He is the most easily hateable person. And that's why he's perfect for this.
Man with a face only a fist can love.
Absolutely, yes. He is the man with a face you'd love to just punch repeatedly. And that's why he is perfect for this. And imagine the heat that this man would get for beating somebody on the caliber of Randy Orton.
Yeah, that is very
He's
true.
already beaten KO. Well, sort of. But
Kind of,
imagine
sorta.
the heat that this man would get if he beat somebody like Randy. I don't think he's going to pin Randy, because I think you can actually drag out this story between him and Randy at least till SummerSlam. But just imagine for a minute how much heat
No,
this
the heat
guy's
would be
going to
insane.
get for beating Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Cap.
What?
Cap. I think I know another reason why you picked Logan Paul.
Why?
It's because you can also picture that slimy little smile of his as he slides out the ring in disbelief how he actually got a pin and won the match. While he backs
Oh
out
no!
the
At this
Can
point,
you not picture
Okay.
what I just said?
listen.
No,
At
I
this
can
point,
picture it
at this
very
point, you
vividly,
could have it
unfortunately.
where he gets his ass knocked out and he just falls into a pin or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my question, though, for you. Side little prediction. What are the odds that KSI gets involved yet again? So far in Logan's title matches, KSI has been involved and gotten put through a table.
Oh, I think it's possible that
And-
KSI gets
and
involved.
He's
but
also eaten an RKO.
all right, so here's my thing.
So
I think it's
what are
very.
the odds that he takes a stunner in this match?
Oh, he's absolutely
And
taking a
that
stunner. But I'm
RKO,
gonna actually
he
go
messed
one
up the
step further.
RKO too.
I'm gonna actually go take this one step further, because I see glimpses of it. They haven't fully committed to it yet, but I think Waller and Theory cost KO and Randy.
No,
Because here's something. Here's and I told my girlfriend this during Royal Rumble. We were watching the Royal Rumble together. When you saw Theory, Waller, and Logan together, I hate them, but the three of them do look like they fit together.
that is true.
There's something
that's
there
actually-
between the three of them. Scott's reaction is the reason why they should do it.
That is true.
My anger towards it is the reason
The
that they
three
should
people
do
that
it.
resemble that you just nobody loves them is all in a faction together.
The
Yeah,
deed
so-
stampede.
Something
Alright,
like that, yes.
Moving on to the
Oh, yeah,
next
that-
match.
There's like a 90% chance he goes.
Yeah.
That's a good chance. But so moving on to the next match, we have the WWE Women's Championship. We have the champion Io Sky defending against the winner of the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble, Bayley. My thoughts on this have been the same since Bayley was announced to be in the Royal Rumble. Bayley's going to win. It's that simple. They haven't done a goddamn thing with Io as the champion that's been noteworthy to me. So I think they're going to pull it. Bayley's going to turn face. She's already basically on the road to being a face again. But Bayley takes on Io and wins. Bayley's the new champion.
Yeah, make it short and sweet. The same thing.
Yeah,
exactly what Dom said. It's gonna be Bayley. She's too loved not to have the title now.
I think yeah, I agree. I think it's been set up perfectly to this point where Bayley should and absolutely must win. Francis?
Io, I love you, girl. But there comes a time when the goddess must die. This is one of those times. I am going Bayley.
All right. That seemed very straightforward.
Are you like okay after that, Francis? Jesus Christ!
I can feel the pain in your soul.
Oh my God! Do you need a hug? Like,
I need a lot of things.
All right, here we go with our co-main event, secondary main event, the World Heavyweight Championship title match. The champion Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I am going to say for myself, I think Seth will retain, but he is not walking out of Mania the champion. I think Damian Priest cashes in on Seth successfully. So that is my prediction. Seth Rollins wins the match. Damian Priest cashes in right after the match is over on Seth Rollins, targets his back or whatever. Drew works
honestly,
over
pick a body
match.
part at this point.
Basically, yeah. And is able to get the job done. He finally realizes, like you said earlier, wait, this has what in it? Runs out to the ring, cashes in, and comes out as the World Heavyweight Champion.
That's interesting. It's very interesting.
Because at least at this point, if you gave him the briefcase, if you had him hold on to it this long, you might as well cash in now. Like, why wait? Unless he's going to cash in at the Raw after Mania, he's got to cash in Sunday night. That's it. It's that simple.
Francis.
I forgot that Seth Rollins was being held together by chewing gum in a dream. I was gonna originally say Drew, but now honestly, either way, if like Seth or Drew wins, have Damian finally remember that he has the lunchbox of doom, and just use it on one of those boys. But yeah, I'll give the initial one to Seth.
Scott?
Okay, so both of you, I'm sorry to say, but both of you are fucking wrong about what's going to happen during this match. Drew's going to win because I feel like now they're just keeping the fact that he signed the secret because we haven't heard anything that he didn't sign yet. I haven't, because they've been keeping up with it when it was like a month, 2 months before WrestleMania. But now that it's like there, they haven't been talking about it. Drew wins. Damian Priest, I do agree with you that Damian Priest does cash in. But you're also getting the number one thing that we talked about in the beginning, the implode of the Judgment Day. And with the Judgment Day losing the tag titles, like I predicted, Finn defeats Damian Priest loses it because of Finn Balor, and he gets
So
kicked from the group.
So you're saying Drew wins, Damian cashes in but fails.
Yes, Finn is responsible for the failed cash in, and Finn goes and he's a heel somewhere else. As when they split, he's going to be a heel.
Or he could turn face.
Nope.
No, if anyone's going to turn face in that group, it's going to be either Rhea or Damian. They're the only two that could work face.
That's true.
I mean, Finn can obviously work face, but he's much better as a heel.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
They need what they
I
need
heard
to do
somebody
is have him
say-
just be a demon again, too.
He doesn't want to do it.
I have no idea why.
He said he doesn't really want to do it unless it's for an extremely special occasion, because it's
That
like
he's going to win.
he said it takes like 4 to 6 hours of makeup to get ready for that match.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
the
do
demon.
it every week. I'm just saying,
No, yeah,
Or you know
Like,
what?
I
Do
remember
do
him
what he
saying
did during
a
the
while
indies
ago-
and like do different like characters and stuff like that. That'd be cool.
Anyway,
Alright.
Cap, your way in.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be more focused on the commentary table with CM Punk. But you know what? You've been building this and building this and building this forever. Just give Drew the belt already, man. Like for the love of God, this is one of the most.
But take a break.
No, let Seth recover his broken
Everything.
body. Let him sit in the hyperbolic time chamber or whatever the hell that thing is called that healed up Edge and Daniel and all that and everyone else.
That was the room of spirit and time.
And just give Drew the belt already, man. He's got one of the. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've said it forever. This man has one of the most justified heel turns in years.
Yeah.
Just give him the belt.
So what do you
Give
think,
him
no
the
cash
belt
in?
and let him. I think if Damien's going to cash in, it's going to be on the Monday after.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the
Fair
Monday
enough.
after if he's going to cash in.
All right. Well, we have one more match to discuss.
Oh, God.
One more
The
chapter
The entire...
of
Get,
one more.
oh god.
if he wins, I'm gonna miss that.
I
Yeah,
swear, I'll say this right now as a prediction for not WrestleMania, but for the future. If Roman wins, you will see a gigantic decrease in viewership if Roman wins this title. A huge decrease. That's
No, I
what's
agree.
going to save AEW. If Roman wins this title, that's what saves AEW from their downfall. Is the fact that Roman's still champion.
People are going to be pissed.
So,
But
yeah,
anyway,
so there you
so
go.
we
Go
have
on.
our main event for night 2, the biggest, most anticipated match of WrestleMania, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between the champion Roman Reigns and the challenger, the winner of the 2023 and 2024 Royal Rumbles, Cody Rhodes.
All right, so do we
The
just want
son
me
of
to
a
go
son of
first
a
because I
woman.
already said my prediction earlier?
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, at this point, man, like,
What was your prediction again?
Well, shut up and listen to him, and you'll find out.
well, maybe if you were paying attention a little while ago, yeah, come on, it's got to be Cody at this point. For the love of God, let it be Cody at this point. Let this fucking story finish so we can all do some other things at this point. Look, in my mind, Roman Reigns is one of the most improved wrestlers of the modern era. His tribal chief character leaps and bounds better than anything else that this man has ever done, and that includes the Shield. But it's been 4 years at this point. 4 years, for the love of God. Drop the belt already. There's a reason we don't do this anymore. There's the reason that we haven't had a multi-year champion since the 80s or something like that. Let him drop the belt. And he said, "Oh, if I lose on Sunday, I'm gonna go away." Motherfucker, you're not here most of the time anyway. So what's the difference? So
Absolutely.
Cody wins. Cody wins, and then you know what? Cody wins. His next opponent is Gunther.
Hmm.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Cab. I agree pretty much with everything you said. Ever since Roman turned heel, he's been so much more entertaining to watch on TV. Back when, the Shield was iconic, but, the main draw of the Shield, you have to admit, was Seth and Dean Ambrose. Like, Roman was great too, but, Seth was the better talker. Dean did the more extreme stuff. Roman was the muscle. Like, he was the big guy.
Strong, silent type.
Exactly. And it worked. But then when you had all three of them split up and they did their thing, like the big dog persona was whatever, but they kind of shoved it down your throat. But him coming back as a Paul Heyman guy, being heel, and just taking over the industry by storm, fucking phenomenal.
It was great.
It was a recipe for success. It was the best thing they did, that they decided to do. It was fantastic. Now he's just barely ever around. So, and I get it. Like, it's not for any reason other than, the guy is dealing with cancer. Whether it's in remission or not, it doesn't matter. He's still taking medicine. That shit takes a toll on your body. So I can understand why. But at this point, you had Cody lose last year because you wanted to give Roman the record of whatever and this and that. That's all well and good. Move on. He broke the record. Great. Let's move on. Give Cody the title. Let him finish his fucking story. And move on to bigger and better feuds. Because now you can have, like you said, he could feud with Gunther. He could feud with Damian Priest. He could feud with, Seth Rollins at some point when he loses that. That's the feud I wanted last year when Cody should have won. When he should have beat Roman last year at WrestleMania, and they could have them finally finish that feud of Seth and Cody.
Yeah, shit. Let him feud with Dominic if you really fucking want so badly. Just let him do something else.
I'd watch it. Shit.
Just let him do something else.
But yes, that is my pick. Cody wins
Scott Bash.
by shenanigans and all. Cody wins.
Scott.
Okay. So, I'll start off with what Dom said about last year. It made, now coming from 1 year later, it made perfect sense why Cody lost. It doesn't matter what story you attach to why he lost last year, but it makes sense. And now,
hindsight is 20/20.
It's not the only the biggest problem is not only will you just ruin ruin a lot when if Roman does win, but you also tarnish the history that Cody made at the Royal Rumble in winning back to back. Because then if he loses, it kind of feels like there was no point of having him reach that milestone if there was no outcome on either time.
Either win, yeah.
Yeah, either win. It wouldn't have mattered. It was like, well, there's no point of having him win. So I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes simply because they have to. This the last shred of the last little lifeline of Vince is I just keep thinking when Roman has that title, it's the last lifeline, and I just want it done. Like, just go.
Francis.
So, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but, like, this is going to be the first WrestleMania, ever that's 100% completely McMahon-free.
That is true.
Like we were talking about a few weeks ago, we're in the midst of a reconstruction of the WWE. A new era, we don't have an official name for it. A whole lot of good changes are coming in, and they're all for the better. And like people have been saying for the longest time, all this change has been instigated because we don't live under McMahon rule anymore. And what better way to solidify that truth being more evident now than ever than by having Vince's final golden boy do the job to someone like Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
In
So
case my point
is the point you're trying to get to that Cody wins?
It's Cody, yeah. Like I want to
Thank
say
you.
Cody wins, but I wanted to. I didn't want to say Cody wins. Go ahead, the story.
You disappointed me so much.
Yeah, you really sounded like you were building up to something here.
I thought that whole speech was going to end with Roman winning.
No, that whole analysis, I was like, where the fuck was that the entire time we've been doing this? But at the ending, of course, you had to fuck it up. It was perfect. It would have been the best analysis I heard out of your mouth, but it had to fuck up by you not announcing the winner and you leaving like a freaking 3-second gap of silence in between.
Wait, did you want me to say Roman? Because if I...
No, he just wanted you to be like, yes, Cody wins.
Yes, all you had to say, so, and after all of that, Cody, I was like, bro, you didn't finish it. It was so annoying.
Are you saying that I didn't finish this?
Do that more.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, Scott. You just got Giorgio morodered.
Oh
that means.
god.
Anyway.
That's the guy who did the theme.
Sure, whatever. Well, with that, night 2 for the push is in the books. It's locked in. I'm putting these papers away so we can't mess with them. We'll break them out.
We fucking did it.
We'll break them out next week when we record and we go over our predictions and give ourselves a score and see what the fuck happened.
I can't wait to look like an even bigger idiot now.
As you should, because you are a fucking idiot.
You are.
But I'm your idiot.
Never go for
Oh
retard.
god. Alright folks, that is our predictions for this weekend's WrestleMania. We hope you all enjoy the show. We hope you all enjoy this weekend. And next week we're coming back with our review of everything, and we're going to see who was right, who was wrong, who was sort of right. And if Roman wins, maybe we won't be back here. I don't know.
No, if Roman wins, the podcast goes down.
Yeah, the show just get canceled.
God damn it, don't say that. It's gonna come true.
If Roman wins, we start a riot, and we're not saying that like a smarky way. No, we're actually gonna go throw tear.
Yeah, we just become like a generic sports podcast at that point.
Yeah, listen,
we're
listen, it's Philadelphia. It wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're actually gonna go rob a bank.
No, we're not gonna do that.
We're gonna die hard with a vengeance up in this bitch.
Okay. Well, folks, thank you.
Okay, alright.
Well, folks, thank you again for listening to the show. We hope you enjoy WrestleMania this weekend. We hope you enjoyed our show. Please be sure to follow us on Spotify and YouTube at The Push. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Push Wrestling. As always, the links will be in the description of both Spotify and YouTube now. We can post links on YouTube. I figured out how to do it. But that's it for all of us here at the Push. My name is Cap.
I'm Dom.
Scott Dash.
And I'm Francis. Yeah.
Francis, go the fuck to bed.